Brilliant. Velkommen svarte hjerter. Vi har en veldig spesial episode I dag. How was that?
It was
Terrible, just be honest.
It was Norwegian though, but you sounded like someone from Poland or something.
All right, well, I like to put a Polish accent when I'm doing Norwegian.
There you go.
It's fine. So for those of you who don't speak Norwegian, though, essentially, I wanted to say, I want to welcome you all to a very, very special episode of the Heavy Metal Citadel. I am your putrid host, Chort, the crop infester, and my co-host, Chernoglav, is currently down with the plague for a third time, so he sucks. Today, we've got the one, the only Thomas Eriksen from Mork. And if you guys haven't heard of Mork, for the love of God, stop this podcast now. Seriously, go listen and then come back because that's going to make a whole world of difference. He is a veteran in the game. He's been blasting music out for 17 years. His solo creation, Mork, has really generated a massive following. Fifth release, Katedralen, absolutely spectacular. I think it's like it's accumulation of 13 years of hard work made, so I loved it. And you've also got this amazing podcast, Thomas Eriksen podcast, which personally, as I've told you before, it's a huge inspiration to me, to us. So, mate, welcome. It's awesome to have you here.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Good to be on your show.
By the way, I hope you're drinking because I'm drinking.
I have a beer right here.
Oh, all the better. Okay, because I was going to say this episode goes a little bit smoother once you had a few. I love Katedralen, man. I think it's so multifaceted as an album. And like I said, I mean, I think it shows the evolution of you as an artist. And you can sort of see that throughout the different albums. And I mean, this one's very ritualistic. It's dark, it's mature, but it still stays true to that Norwegian root. So, I mean, I fucking loved it. I mean, Fod til herske, which again, I know I fucked up. I loved it. And I love the alternative version with Dog from Campfire, which, dude, he fucking rips through songs with his vocals. Like, it's like a fucking dagger. So, I mean, would you say this is like the most pivotal work for you yet?
I would say so. I would say Katedralen has to be the release with most of my own DNA all over it, you know.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's if you listen to the first album, Isebakke, and the second album, I would say it's a bit more directly inspired by old Norwegian black metal. But over the years and over the albums, I have let loose more and more, you know, and I think I have found my own sound and my own way about things, you know. So today, I don't give a shit what people think anymore at all. I just do what feels right and what comes out in the moment when I'm creating, you know. And I think that's a result in Katedralen.
Yeah, no, and I love that. I mean, I've been reading your interviews for a while now, and it's like every year passes by, I honestly feel like you give less and less shit about what other people think and more creative freedom for yourself. So, and like I said, I think it speaks through the album, really. And I know that you did say with the new album, you opened up a more creative flow, but do you ever see yourself like going maybe into like directions that aren't even really all that traditional black metal, but it still interests you? And if you do, is like, do you keep that, or is it just something you have in the background and you play around with, but you don't really put it for Mork?
The funny thing is that I probably touch upon several genres while writing music these days, Katedralen and the last albums included, but I'm not really aware of it because it's something that just pours out of me, you know. I do know that I touched upon some funeral doom elements at the end of Katedralen, but that was deliberate. Because I'm not a big fan, but skepticism goes way back in my history. I remember that was one of the first funeral bands that I found, you know, and when I came across that riff at the end there, it was like, oh, this is so slow and somber, so this needs a bit of funeral doom, you know.
Yeah, that was Iro, right, from Skepticism, who did the organs?
Yes, that's correct. Do you hear all the bleeps now from my computer, by the way?
Oh no, it sounds great, dude. It sounds fun. Perfect.
I have this. There's coming up some Facebook shit here. I need to log out.
Totally
sorry,
fine,
man.
No, it's totally fine. Well, I was gonna say, so I mean, are there any funeral doom bands that you sort of do enjoy? I mean, I know you're not, like you just said, you're not a huge doom guy, but is there anything else that does tickle your fancy in Doom? I mean, I know we had like Stefan on from Ahab, which is I fucking love them. I fucking love Ahab.
I have a bit bad conscience about that because I don't listen to that a lot of music, you know, and I couldn't mention any bands in Funeral Doom. I suppose I know Skepticism, and I know the Norwegian band that's called Funeral, but other than that, I'm not that well versed in it, to be honest, you know. But I do enjoy the Skepticism catalog. I actually, when I invited Iro to come on to my album, we got to know each other, and we are basically buddies by now. And he sent me all of their catalog in vinyl in the mail.
Oh God,
which was really nice of him, you know. And I listened to the latest album, and that one is fucking amazing.
Uh-oh. So he's gonna try to convert you to a Doom head now.
I don't think so, but you know what? To be honest, I'm not. I can listen to anything, you know. It doesn't matter what genre it really is, as long as it tickles my fancy, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I mean, you've got, like I said, such a dynamic range on that album, mate, and I think more especially like your vocal range is fucking crazy. Like even from your old stuff, like the Power from Hell cover that you did to like Katedralen, like there's so much versatility in your vocals, mate. Like did you train throughout that whole period, or is this just like something that comes sort of natural to you?
No, I remember when I started Mork and I started to digging into black metal, I had to evolve myself because I had not done that before. You know, I used to earlier I was in punk bands and stuff, and I was doing some clean singing, you know, and I just had to learn to do growls and grim vocal stuff. And luckily, through the years, I have actually evolved my vocal cords, and now I'm able to do a bit of a, wouldn't say it's a big range, but I have my own range, you know. I have something for my what's needed in my music, at least, you know. I do the grim vocal stuff that I do my way because the cool thing about grim vocals is that I suppose it's very characteristic. You can hear easily who it is doing it, you know. You can tell apart Satyr from you know, Shagrat from me, you know. You can hear the personalities in there, and that is something I do enjoy. And I do my combination of Nocturnal Culto and Tom G Warrior stuff.
Fuck,
you know,
yes.
That is no secret. That is directly inspired and ripped from those two guys. But I think it suits the music, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
And I don't shy away from doing some clean parts there and there if it's needed in the music, in my eyes, you know, or ears. So
and that's literally, that's why I mean, like you're not afraid to know what fits well, despite what maybe, you know, oh, it's not traditional necro fucking black metal, but it works for the song or it works for the album.
There you go. I'm all about the art, you know.
Exactly. Okay, well, with that in mind, and I don't want to be too eager, I know you got a lot of tour dates coming up, but is there anything new in the horizon, or anything that you could give us a little bit of a dash, maybe a single or something?
Of course I can, you know. It's
yes.
you.
Oh, yes. Bless you.
I don't think it's not been announced yet, but there will be an EP out this year.
Oh EP. My God. Okay.
And I have just recently delivered the new album to Peaceville. So that will be out next year.
Okay. All right. So, do we have a name or anything, or is that hush hush?
That's a bit too early to say anything about yet, you know, but I can tell you, it's a continuation of, if you like Katedralen, you will like this one, because it's a continuation of Thomas Don't Giving Shits. You know what I mean?
Okay, well then, yeah, I'm all in, mate. Fucking hell. Okay, cool. Okay, well, I'm very excited. That's an exclusive. You heard it here first, and we're gonna get it before January.
I suppose the EP will be out around September times this year.
Yes.
And,
okay.
And the album is next year, so no dates on that yet.
Oh, fucking beautiful. Okay, no, I'm happy.
There's plenty in the loop here.
Beautiful, beautiful. I was going to mention, like I said before, I love doing this podcast because I get to know a little bit more about the music and the people behind it, and that's why I'm curious. Because I think it was like an interview, I don't know, like a couple of years ago or something, but you did say that you were an only child and it gave you a lot of creative freedom, but it also made you into an egoist. So I'm actually curious because anytime I see you doing an interview or something, you seem like the fucking most chill guy, but are you like an egomaniac when it comes to doing the stuff in the studio where you're just like, if it's not perfect, you just lose your shit?
No, the thing is that, yes, I am an egotist,
Yes.
only child, cliche. But the thing is, when I'm in the studio creating my music, I am all alone. So I don't have anyone to bargain with or argue with, It's only myself, and so I don't have to get pissed off,
Yeah. What about when you're playing live? Is that at all? I mean, I know you've already created everything, you've written everything, you know how it sounds, but is there any kind of like compromises, I guess you could say, that you have to do when you're doing it live?
Yeah, you know what? Because I want to maintain my live band, the live part of this band is a really important part to me, and the guys in the band. We enjoy to travel around and play, and I want everyone to be content, to be happy. So everyone has a say in the set list and where we do play, where we don't play, and stuff like that. So that's kind of, I'm just a team player in that sense.
Wow, so you're not as big of an egoist as you thought.
A couple of times the guys wanted to exchange our let's see, we have a song that we usually end the sets with.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the guys wants to have that out of the set. That's a big no.
Stop the bus. It's not happening.
No, it's like if AC/DC would cut out For Those About to Rock, that it would be okay.
No. Yeah, no.
We need the cannons.
Yeah. 100%. Okay. That sort of ties in with something I was going to ask as well, in terms of sort of when you were growing up. Obviously, you've got this wealth of culture, all these amazing myths. Are there any sort of Norwegian myths or historical cultural aspects that really inspire you and sort of fascinate you and still to this day interest you, whether that's in Mork or not? And that's maybe, literature or art. I know you mentioned already Theodor Kittelsen, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Good. Yes. Very okay, good. Yes. And I think you used his sketch, was it not?
Yeah, I did. Let's see. I did a replica of his drawing. The cool story about that is that we actually found the actual place where he lived and drew that stuff.
I saw that the photo shoot you did. Yeah.
Yeah, the actual building that he was inside and drawing inside. So I went there and had my own photo shoot. That was a really spiritual thing for me.
Wow.
It's just pretend being inside those fucking drawings, and I think I have to be honest, I probably saw Kittelsen stuff before I got into black metal, but without really knowing what it was. I think it was probably Bursum that opened my eyes to his works, because he used a lot of his stuff. And that's been really important to me. And just in general, the Norwegian forests and stuff like that, the atmosphere up here in Norway, it's something special to me. And I don't know, it's just in my blood. I've been here since I was born.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I mean, Kittelsen's stuff even impacted like international band. I think there was a Finnish band, Sarastus or something like that, and they literally just had one of his sketches as the cover, and I was like, holy fuck, this is just like, it's everywhere now. So I mean, there's clearly something about Norwegian art that inspires, like, yes, obviously it's all black metal, but it inspires international black metal too. So
it's a kind of, I don't know, it's a kind of when you look at Norwegian art, both the Kittelsen stuff and the black metal, it's mysterious and it's interesting, because it's very it's a lot of solitude and stuff like that, and loneliness and emptiness and somberness. I think that appeals to a lot of people, you know. And I suppose you're living in London, right?
Yep. The
Yeah,
big
and
smoke.
London is a big fucking metropolitan city, you know, and to be able to get away from that
Yeah.
in mind and spirit, you know, by
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at those paintings and listen to the music. I think it's something that appeals to a lot of people across the globe.
Yeah, 100%. Ironically, you know, I even think sometimes being in a big city, you feel more lonely than if you're like in a desolate area, if there's like no one around, or if it's just hustle bustle, no one even considers you. But yeah, it's a completely different perspective altogether. But it
Yeah, yeah.
actually it made me think. There's another artist. I think he's a French guy, Theodore Jacot or something like that, and he used to paint. And I know Ahab, the German doom band, they had a painting of yet another raft of the Medusa, and it's this old time painting. Essentially, these people stranded on this raft in the middle of the ocean. And I remember reading that he used to get severed limbs brought to his studio, and he would match the paint colors to the limbs so he could like basically capture that morbid decay within his paintings. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so fucking crazy. And there's so many artists like that out there that are just like inspirational to black metal and stuff like that you could use. But yeah, no, yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't seen that one. You should shoot me some links to that.
Oh, I'll send you. It's really weird because even the sky has like this decaying, rotting, like flesh look, and it's like weird orange and off greens. It's just gross, but it's really really cool.
Is it a current artist or an older
Oh
one?
no, he's from like the 1800s or something.
Oh really? Even more interesting.
Old. Yeah, super old. Yeah, he used to get like heads delivered to him so he could see how like the veins and shit popped out. It was really fucked up. He was really fucked up.
That sounds really tasty.
Yeah, send it over. But I did want to say, this is a little bit overdue, but congratulations on the podcast, mates, the Thomas Eriksen podcast.
Thanks.
I love it, dude. I mean, I remember listening to the first time, and I think you had a few.
Yeah.
You had more than a few. And I loved it, mate. It was funny, it was informative, it was authentic. And like I said, I mean, it literally made me think, I want to do a podcast, you know. Obviously, I was like, who the fuck is going to listen to me? I still don't know if anyone does, but it's weird. It like helps you get shit out. You know, you talk to people. I mean, this is great because I get to meet some of my favorite musicians, but I mean, it must have been the same for you. So I'm curious what's your most enjoyable episodes for the podcast?
To start off with, I must say that I'm really humbled by you saying this. I don't want to be a prick or anything, but I've done a couple of podcasts lately with other people like you. And several people has actually told me that I am was the inspiration to do it.
There you go. You've started an entire group of people that are doing this now, competing against one another.
That's just insane. You know, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't expect any of that. So thank you very much for listening, for being inspired.
Of course, mate.
I don't know. To me, the whole podcast thing that I do is one word can sum that up, and it's random. It's just what happens when I'm rolling the tape, you know. And apparently, people dig it. You know, I suppose the conversations are fluent enough for people to listen to. You know, and
yeah,
I appreciate that. Of course, I have more listeners now than I imagined when I set off, you know. I don't know, to pick a favorite, I can't really, because each episode, most of them are just buddies sitting down with beers and hanging out, really relaxed, and every single one has been a good and positive experience for me. Overall, I'm just really, I don't know, I'm a bit relieved that I got so much stuff out of these guys, because many of these people haven't ever been in an in-depth conversation like that on tape, you know?
Yeah, no, I'll say it because literally I was going to say Mannheim's and Gall's episode were so like, like you said, it was random, but it got somehow deeper and more authentic than like, here's a question, here's an answer, here's a question, here's an answer.
Absolutely. And the Gall one, actually, he surprised me a whole lot. That's for sure. And me and Mannheim, we have actually become real close buddies. He's a great guy, and he's an intelligent and
Oh my God.
interesting guy.
Dude, he sounds so chill. He sounds like he's on weed. Like I honestly can't imagine him in Mayhem. Like, dude, he sounds so calm. Like nothing would bug him.
He is a real reflected mind and a grown up person. And he has I don't know. He's just he's an inspiration, you know, as a person, I would say.
I wish to be there in terms of the calmness one day.
Yeah, you should have been there when I recorded with Apollyon. That was I suppose that was the most alcoholic filled one I did. We were having a party while we recorded that, and at the end we were recording for 4 hours or something. We were like, oh wow, time flies by, you know.
Oh my God. Okay, that's a good idea. I might borrow that from you and just do like a Heavy Metal Citadel party podcast.
Wow. You should.
That is great. Just get absolutely blasted. I mean, it won't make any sense and no one's going to listen, but listen, I love it. I'm going to use it and I'm going to attribute it to you.
Yeah. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing, but his episode was cut into 2 episodes because of that length.
Yeah.
And but he told the story. He was fluent all the way. It wasn't any drunkenness or slurry stuff, you know. It was just a long story, in depth, and that was a great one too, you know, that popped in mind right now.
Wow. Well, I know because you said you like podcasts, you've been listening to podcasts. Are you listening to just sort of black metal stuff, or is it podcasts from any which way that just fascinates you?
Oh yeah, no. I hardly listen to metal stuff at all.
Oh wow.
What got me going was actually the Joe Rogan thing.
Oh, you fell under the same spell as everybody else.
Yeah. He inspired me to do a podcast. Wow.
So I'm inspired by Joe Rogan. That's crazy.
Yeah, you are. You mainstream whore.
Yeah, you got me. You got me, man. All right. So Joe Rogan, what else you got?
Oh man.
Recommend it to these metalheads that are listening now. What should we be listening to? Obviously, the biggest one. Give me two. Give me two.
It's so hard because many of them are so shitty.
Sorry, I almost choked on my beer.
I just need to look at the list here. I don't know. I checked out Dean Del Rey's podcasts.
Oh yeah, I love Dean Del Rey.
Yeah,
him and Bill Burr are really good buddies.
He talks a lot to the American metal musicians, you know, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And
okay, Dean Del Rey and Joe Rogan. That's exactly what you should be listening to if you're listening to this, but also this one. No, that's awesome, man. And you just keep coming up with more stuff, it seems. Like I wanted to mention this because I wanted to plug it because it looks fucking delicious. But Gravel, the funeral beer.
Oh yeah.
It fucking looks so tasty, dude. So for those of you who don't know who are listening, Mork has their own branded brown ale beer from Halden, your birth home. And I think it's from Halden microbrewery, right?
I need to correct you a little bit.
Oh no, I fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up, dude. Red card. The thing is that we had 3 different beers. The first beer was the brown one that you are talking about now. It was a brown ale by Halden Microbryggeri, and that was on a bottle, only sold locally, no distribution.
Man. Okay.
That one is out years ago. And the second one was a stout with chili.
Oh, I heard about that one too. Yeah, the spice one.
Yeah. And that one was a bit more professional, which you could get in some pubs and in some stores here in Norway.
Okay.
And that was with a brewery called Grünerløkka Brygghus in Oslo. And the final beer was with a brewery called Bear Flag. That's the people who run the Tons of Rock Festival, if you heard about that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was we called it a Scandinavian ale. It was a bit lighter one. And that one ale,
who came up with that name?
They did actually, but we used my brand Gravel on all 3 beers though.
Oh yeah.
And that one you actually, if you're lucky, you can find that in some stores now perhaps, but it's about to run out.
What, like in the UK even?
No, in Norway, only Norway.
Oh, boo! So we can't buy it online even.
If you know any brewers over there, put me in touch. I would love to do more beer.
Oh fuck yes! That I was gonna say, mate. Beer and coffee; those are my go-tos.
There you go.
I need fucking more. It's funny because you know what? I wanted to pitch you a few marketing taglines, you know, for the beer. So how about this? It goes down dark, but it helps you bark.
That's good.
No, it's not. It's not sure. But how about this one? It's brown to match that frown. Huh? Goes well with corpse paint. Done.
You shouldn't be doing podcasts, man.
Oh, please don't tell me I should be in marketing. But no, I am curious, man. Like, because I've never seen anyone sort of no one's told me what the process is like. Like, how much control did you have when you were there? Were you like playing out for it in the background while you were making it and talking to the barley and shit, or was it just like, what flavors do you want, and we'll make them for you?
Yeah, it's a bit more. I don't know, what do I fancy, and they made it. You know, I'm just glad that they wanted to cooperate. You know, it was an excuse to get my brand on a bottle or a can. You know, and that's, I don't know, that was cool to just try that out. And the same with the coffee. You know, I remember we went to this roastery and we tasted different coffee blends and smelled the beans and went in depth and stuff, you know, and just picked out which ones we liked, and we tried to make coffee.
Wow.
And it wasn't a big thing. We did 100 packages that people could buy, you know, with a custom Mork coffee mug.
So did that run out? Because I thought that was still available on.
No, it did run out, but I'm considering maybe making some more coffee bags though, without the mug.
Oh yes, please.
But I haven't gotten that far yet.
Excellent. Well, I was going to ask them, because you are a beer guy. What do you drink and what do you recommend? What's the sweetest of nectars?
I don't know. Right now, I'm drinking Budvar. If you heard about that.
Yeah, Budvar. Yeah,
that's
not too bad.
It's from Czech Republic.
Yeah,
and it's said that this is one of the first beers in history.
Wow, really?
It's a pilsner, you know.
That's actually not that cheap. It's kind of expensive here, but it is so fucking delicious. You get that nice tall boy right before a gig. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not that picky. It doesn't really matter to me what kind of beer it is, as
long as it's beer.
As long as it's not warm, you know.
Oh yeah. Okay, but do you prefer dark or light beer?
I like both. When I'm at the pub, I can drink Guinness and pilsners. So
a man of many sides.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not picky.
Awesome. Well, listen, man, it seems like you've achieved so many things over the years. You got signed to Peaceville. I know you always wanted to get signed to a big label. You know, Mork has now gained global prominence. You've met some of your biggest influences. They've been on your podcast. I mean, what's the next big goal, man?
The next big goal, I suppose, to expand my touring, I suppose, to keep on visiting more countries and visiting more festivals, just getting more gigs and keep releasing music, you know. I don't know. It's hard to set too big goals when it comes to black metal, because you will never be a commercial success, you know. You will never probably play together with Metallica or Iron Maiden when you are a black metal band, if you know what I mean.
Very.
But our goal is to prevail, I suppose, just to get to keep doing this for another 10, 20 years.
Oh, mate. Well, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. So I think you're safe on that front.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. It's hard to tell because I'm in the middle of it, you know. I'm not standing on the outside looking in. So I have no idea about how thriving it is, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I think it speaks volumes that other podcasts are having you on. You're inspiring podcasts. I mean, goes without saying. The next 100 years will be of Mork.
Let's hope so.
With that being said, I want to know what's next in terms of the gigs. I know you got Vakken lined up. Tell us more, mate.
Yeah, I will just find my list here. I need some cheating lists. Let's see here. We have Yeah, we have we are playing a little festival in Norway now in a month's time, and there's the Vaken. That's the first time we go there. As I said, that will be a good
First
one.
time, baby. Gonna blow the
That
roof
was
off.
actually a goal when we started the live band, started rehearsing. Yeah, Vaken was like Mecca.
Yeah, it's I literally stole the words from my mouth. I was gonna say Mecca. It's the Mecca, man. Once you do that, you're fucking gold.
But I see now that several festivals in Europe has grown a lot this year. You can see Hellfest is doing great. Copenhagen is doing fantastic. There's several festivals over here, and that's great. You know, I just hope that we can embark on them in time. You know, with Mork.
Yeah.
So, but with this year is Wacken. Let's see what happens next year. We are going to Poland the week after Wacken, I think, or a couple of weeks after. Then we will also get to visit Auschwitz actually for the first time as a treat.
Very nice.
And then there's a Latin American tour. It hasn't been announced yet. Actually, we've been releasing single shows up to now, but it's all a part of a package. So it will be a full tour over there with a couple of more bands. Hopefully that will be out during this week or next. Let's see. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking amazing.
I can tell some of the countries here. We're going to Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, Chile, Colombia, and Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, mate, that is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and then we have a couple of more festivals in Norway. We're going to a festival in Sweden, and that's about it for this year, I think, unless something comes along.
Wow. Well, I might have to go to one of the European ones then. Definitely not going.
You should. Let me know.
Yeah. I'll bring you some beer and we'll do it up then.
Cool.
Awesome, man. Well, listen, I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm not going to run any more time off your day, but I really appreciate you coming on here, doing this for us. And yeah, man, just thanks for doing this. Please keep making the music the way you make it. And that's all I request of you. And also the coffee and the beer don't hurt. So
thank you very much, and thank you for following my stuff. Much appreciated, and keep on going with the podcast. I think we need more of that stuff.
Fuck yes.
So people can fill the time when they're on the tube or on the bus or whatever, you know.
Exactly. You heard it here, Citadelians from Mork. You need to listen to this podcast. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. A goodbye.
Bye.